Chapter 1. Who is Srimati Radharani? If you'd like to chat, please go out to the lobby or outside. Thank you very much. People in general do not know about Radharani. Radha Tattva is a very confidential subject matter which is hidden even from the Vedas. As a result, there are many misconceptions, or no conceptions at all, about Radharani. Srila Prabhupada says the two transcendentalists, Radha and Krishna, are a puzzle to materialists. The description of Radha and Krishna from the Again, I do not ask for silence or respect for myself, but for the subject matter. Oh, please stay, just listen. This is very nice. This is very enlightening.
Please, you can go outside if you want to talk, you want to listen to Srimati Radharani. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The two transcendentalists, Radha and Krishna, are a puzzle to materialists. The description of Radha and Krishna from the diary of Srila Srimati Radharani Goswami is a condensed explanation, but one needs great spiritual insight to understand the mystery of these two personalities. Radharani is not some ordinary lady, even some special lady in this material world, with whom Lord Krishna was having his pastimes. She is the pleasure-giving potency of the Lord, rendering service unto him eternally in the material and spiritual realms. In his book, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami has explained about Radharani by quoting a verse from the diary of Sri Srimati Radharani Goswami. The loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of the Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity, they separated themselves eternally. Now these two transcendental identities have again united in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. I bow down to him who has manifested himself with the sentiment and complexion of Srimati Radharani, although he is Krishna himself. Radha and Krishna are one and the same, but they have assumed two bodies. Thus, they enjoy each other, tasting the mellows of love. You're all aware that we have Srimati Radharani right on the altar. In Vaishnavism, in the science of loving God, in the science of loving Krishna, practically always we refer to Krishna as Radha Krishna. Because Radha is Krishna's internal potency. And she is our ideal lover of Krishna. Not lover of material sensual sense, but truly a lover of God. And she is our ideal. She is our role model. She loves Krishna without any expected return. And thus, so do we. We want to learn to love God without expecting anything in return. Radharani renders selfless, loving service to Krishna. Now I would like to read about the first time, well, it's Narada Muni's first darshan of Radharani. Narada Muni is a great spiritual teacher who continually is traveling throughout the universe to spread love to Krishna. Once, while traveling universe and playing on his veena, being his musical instrument, Narada Muni reached Goloka to take darshan of Lord Sri Krishna. Darshan means audience. He found that every pastime looked very pale. He sat down to meditate and thus understood that the Lord, along with his associates, had descended to the material world. Narada Muni desired to see the Lord in the material world, and so he traveled to Baba Vrindavan. First, he came to the house of Nanda Maharaj. There he saw the Lord in his baby form sleeping on the soft bed of a nicely designed cot made of gold. All the cowherd ladies were watching him and deriving pleasure from the wonderful visions of Krishna. The Lord was pleasing everyone by glancing at them from the corners of his eyes. His blue-black curled hair, scattered over his face, was making him very beautiful. Narada Muni was very happy to see his worshipable Lord in this naked baby form and told Nanda Maharaj's father, actually the foster father of Krishna, "No one knows the unlimited qualities of your son. Even great demigods like Shiva, Brahma, and Indra desire eternal attachments to him. The character of this boy will be the cause of happiness for everyone. Devotees will love to hear a chant of his activities. You should give up every hope for this world and the higher planets and simply develop love for this boy." Now, shortly after Krishna was born, along comes Radharani, but she doesn't even want to see. She doesn't even want to open her eyes, unless when she opens her eyes, she sees Krishna. On the day following Srimati Radharani's birth, Purnamasi Devi came to the house of Rishabhanu on the invitation of Kirti. As soon as she saw the baby girl, immediately she felt so much ecstasy and said, "It is none other than Rishabhanu who has appeared in your house." She advised Kirtida and Rishabhanu, "Take nice care of this girl. She is the origin of Lakshmi Devi. She is Ishvara, the controller of Loka and Goloka. She is always worshipped by the gopis. Great personalities like Brahma, Shiva, Indra, Varuna constantly offer their prayers at her lotus feet. Just as Sri Hari appears on this earthly planet by his sweet will, in the same way, this girl, who is the eternal consort of Sri Hari, has appeared in your house. By seeing, touching, or worshiping this girl, all desires will be fulfilled. She has appeared here to perform some confidential pastimes. You must take care of her very nicely." After some time, when King Rishabhanu and Kirtida were looking at their beautiful daughter more closely, they realized she was not seeing anything. Her eyes were still closed. Everyone, including Kirtida, started to cry in distress that such a beautiful girl was blind. Still, even though she was blind, because of her unparalleled beauty, everyone came to see the newborn daughter of Rishabhanu and Kirtida. Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda also came there, along with their son Krishna. Nanda Maharaj and Rishabhanu Maharaj embraced when they met, and Mother Yashoda was greeted with loving affection by Kirtida. She took her inside the house and also embraced her. Lord Krishna understood that his eternal consort, Sri Radha, had appeared in the house of Kirtana. Radharani, in the form of a baby girl, was lying on the bed. While both Yashoda and Kirtana were busy discussing the newly born girl and her unfortunate blindness, Sri Krishna climbed down from the lap of Mother Yashoda, entering the room where Radharani lay sleeping. He climbed onto her bed and touched her eyes. Immediately she opened her eyes to take darshan of her beloved Krishna. When Kirtana and Yashoda saw Radharani's eyes had opened, they were very happy and immediately shared the news with everyone present. There was much jubilation in the home of Maharaj Vrishabhanu and Mother Kirtana. There is another description regarding opening of Radharani's eyes. Mother Yashoda came to the house of Kirtana, carrying her son Krishna in her arms. When Yashoda saw the beautiful daughter of Kirtana, immediately she placed Krishna on the ground and picked up Radharani, cradling the child in her lap. Seeing thus, Krishna became upset and started to cry. Yashoda bent down and picked up Krishna, who was placing him on her lap. It is the nature of children that whenever they come together, they are to touch each other. When Radha and Krishna came close to each other in the lap of Yashoda, Krishna reached out to touch Radharani. At his touch, Radharani realized her Krishna was there in front of her and opened her eyes to take darshan of him, her first sight on this earthly planet. The reason for Radharani taking birth as a blind girl is as follows. The reason? In the Lokadan, Lord Krishna was preparing to come to the earth planet to perform his Baula Leela. He mentioned to Radharani that she also had to come to appear in his pastimes. But Radharani expressed her reluctance to come to earth because she would have to see so many people, and the only one she wished to look upon was Sri Krishna. Krishna assured her that on earth she would be able to see him always. Radharani accepted on the condition that on earth the first person she saw would be him. That is why she appeared as a blind girl and gained her sight only in the presence of her beloved Shyama. Okay, I want to read for a few more minutes. Okay. There's so many different pastimes here. Jump around. Chapter. Lalita ties the cloth of Radharani and Krishna. Lalita is a friend of Radharani. She's in the convent. Once, Sri Krishna was grazing cows in the forest. The beautiful scent of flowers in the surrounding forest was attractive and bewildered Krishna's mind. He played on his flute, calling the name of Radharani again and again. The sound of Radha's name caused his body to fill with ecstasy, and tears flowed from his eyes. Looking upon a tree, Krishna asked, "Please tell me, where is my Radha? I am searching for her. Please pacify me by giving me news of her." But the tree did not reply. Krishna stood near the forest path where his beloved Radha would come, watching and waiting. Soon, Radharani and her Shaktis reached the Kunda, the baby cat. Her Sarika, which is like a parrot, gave Radharani the news that Krishna was crying pathetically and longing to meet with her. When Radharani heard the news, she started to cry and search for Krishna. She said, "Where is my Krishna? Please give me your darshan at once." Crying thus, Radharani ran to her front of Radha. When Radha and Krishna met, they embraced, and blissful in the ecstasy of that meeting. They lost external consciousness. At that time, Lalita came and tied a knot in the cloth of both Radha and Krishna, and left. After some time, Radha and Krishna sat on a jeweled seat surrounded by their Shaktis who were joking and laughing with Yugala Kishore. Then Krishna found the knot that tied his and Radharani's cloth together. Who has put a knot in that cloth? Who has done this most wonderful deed? My heart and Radha's heart are bound together always. Today, someone has caused this internal condition to manifest externally, by tying a knot in our cloth. Lalita said, "Oh Krishna, this is a special symptom of love. When love arrives with someone, then he loves his external sense. At that time, when he is in the great ecstasy of bliss and love, internal hidden subject matters external." Excuse me, I didn't read that right. At that time, when he is in the great ecstasy of Premananda, the bliss of love, internal hidden subjects manifest externally. Then he himself forgets and causes others to forget also. That is the reason there is a knot in your cloth. The speech of Lalita gave great pleasure to Radha and Krishna and their Shakti, who all laughed in happiness. This pastime occurred in a place called Gantula, and it is in Vraja. Mother Yashoda rubs turmeric on Srimati Radharani's hands. Mother Yashoda loves Radharani very much. She wanted her to marry Krishna. One day when Radharani was at Nandagam, Mother Yashoda smeared Radharani's hands with turmeric. The custom was that when the parents of the proposed bride and groom agreed that their children would marry, then the bride's hands would be smeared with turmeric. When Radharani saw her yellow hands, she was very embarrassed and wondered how she could hide them from others. She ran to a nearby pond, eager to remove the turmeric before she returned to her home. As she washed her hands, the entire pond turned yellow color. The pond is now called Pila Pur. Pur means pond, and Pila means yellow. The water of this pond is still yellow even today. The pearl tree at Muktakund. While Radharani was washing the turmeric from her hands in the pond, some people saw her and informed her parents. Rishabhani and Kirtana were so happy to hear that Yashoda had put turmeric paste on the hands of their daughter, thus announcing her engagement to Sri Krishna, that they immediately sent a plate of precious jewels and gems to Nanda and Yashoda, in honor of their future relationship. Well, I guess you could say that they would be in-laws. Nanda and Yashoda were very happy to receive these jewels and gems. But then, Mother Yashoda realized that to accept the proposal of marriage, they also had to send a plate of precious jewels and gems to Radharani's parents. But they did not have jewels and gems. When Krishna came to know about this problem, his mother was facing, he took the jewels and plate, Vrishabhadra and Kirtana, and planted them in the ground. Very soon, trees grew from the ground, their branches heavy with precious jewels. Happily, Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda sent the jewels to Radharani's parents, and thus the marriage was agreed upon. Sometime later, Nanda and Yashoda went to Purnamasi to receive her blessings for the union. Purnamasi told them, if Radharani and Krishna marry this particular time, then the marriage will not last. Maybe in future they can be married, depending upon their astrological chart. And so the marriage was stopped. The marriage of Radha and Krishna at Bandhishvar. Once, Nanda Maharaj was going to a forest near Nandigram to raise the cows. He took with him his little son Krishna, for whom he had great affection and attachment. Nanda Maharaj let all the cows graze in the forest and was taking rest with Krishna under a banyan tree. At that time, Krishna wanted to exhibit his special pastime. All of a sudden, there was a heavy storm with thunder and lightning. Many trees were uprooted, and the branches of other trees were breaking off and flying through the air. Nanda Maharaj became worried about how to return home with the little boy and how to take care of all the cows. Krishna was very afraid of the storm and was clinging to Nanda Maharaj's neck in fear. Then in the distance, Nanda Maharaj saw Radharani approaching. He was surprised to see her alone in the forest. With tears in his eyes and with great devotion, he said to her, "Oh Radha, I have heard about you from Gargamuni. You are very dear to Sri Hari, who loves you more than Lakshmi Devi. And I know your Swarup very well. Oh most gentleman, please take your husband with you. After fulfilling your desire, kindly returning to me on his mother Yashoda or his mother Yashoda at our house in Gopur, then return to your own home." Saying this, Nanda Maharaj delivered baby Krishna into the hands of Radharani, who was smiling very gently. Then Sri Radharani told Nanda Maharaj, "Due to your previous Sukruti, you have been able to see both of us together. You have understood us due to the mercy of Gargamuni. Do not reveal this to anyone else. I am very pleased with you. You may ask any boon you want from me." Nanda Maharaj replied, "Oh Radha, if you are pleased with me, then kindly give me the blessing by which my mind will be attached to the lotus feet of both of you. After leaving this body, I will not have to take birth again. I can stay with you both eternally." Radharani was very pleased to hear this. She said, "Life after life, you will remain our devotee. You will have steady devotion to us, always meditate upon our lotus feet. At the end of your life, you will be promoted to Goloka and stay there with us eternally. After receiving the blessings from Radharani, Nanda Maharaj said, "Dear Radha, just see, more and more clouds are gathering in the sky. The whole forest is becoming dark. My son Krishna has become very afraid. He's afraid of going home in the darkness. Please take Krishna with you and give him to his mother Yashoda in our house." Radharani complied with Nanda Maharaj's request and carrying the baby Krishna in her hands, she started going to Gokula. She reached a brook on the bank of the river. There she remembered the Rasa Mandala, which, summoned by her memory, appeared there immediately with platforms made from jet, hundreds of golden kailash and gardens, lakes, and playgrounds. The air was filled with the scent of chanda, camphor, kumku, and other exotic fragrances. Many beautiful works of art graced the room and golden kailash. Some filled with scented water, some with beetles, and they were all placed here and there. Radharani then realized that Krishna had disappeared. "Where is Krishna?" she cried. Then in front of her, Krishna appeared in his youthful form. His most beautiful lotus face was filled with a sweet smile. He was effulgent like a full moon. The yellow garments at his waist made him look very beautiful. His lotus feet were decorated with heavy golden ankle-bells. His arms were adorned with bangles made from precious gems. His ears were beautiful, like a Kandala earrings in the shape of shark. On his chest hung the most beautiful gem. His whole body was defeated with radiant beauty of fresh rain clouds. His face was like the fully blossomed lotus in the month of August. Krishna's head was decorated with peacock feathers. The Lord was smiling gently and was looking very attractive. Radharani became attracted to that most beautiful form of Krishna. Krishna said to her, "Oh dear Radha, now I fulfill my promise to you, which I made before. You are very dear to me, more dear to me than life. There is no difference between you and me, just as the whiteness of milk cannot be separated from the whiteness of milk cannot be separated from milk. So you and I can never be separated." As soon as someone utters the syllable Radha, immediately I give him steady devotion. As soon as the syllable Da escapes one's mouth, I run after him to hear the sound vibration. Whoever utters your name, I become more attracted to them than he who worships me. Brahma, Shiva, Shesha, Narayana, Akila, Ganesh, Dharma, Kartikeya, Savriti, Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, all of them are like my life. But you are more than life to me. All of them stay in different places. You stay in my heart forever. Okay, so thank you very much. We will now have wonderful prasadam offered to Radha Krishna. Thank you. Jai, Srimati Radharani ki.
The last article is 8:15. There's one more article at 8:15.
Oh, yes, I want to remind you, in 15 minutes, there will be the last darshan of the day. As you just learned from my reading, darshan, you may have audience of our beloved deities. That's in 15 minutes. Jai, Hare Krishna.
Yeah.